Hey, James, welcome. There was a lot of speculation today about your hometown team maybe trading up to get you. Were you following that? And what was that? What was your day like?
Yeah, I mean, I had I stay away from all that stuff. I had no idea where I was gonna end up. I'm so grateful that I'm ending up at Boston, that I'm a Bruin, and that I'm not leaving the Boston area. I wanted to go to college in Boston, and it just turned out that uh, the Bruins picked me. So I'm super grateful that it worked out.
James, did you eventually get to talk to Bruins management? And if so, what did that conversation go like?
I just got off the phone with them. It was really good. Just really excited to get to training camp and to be able to see them in person.
Hey, James, congratulations on getting drafted. There's obviously a bunch of BC teammates of yours that have been drafted by the Bruins too, that you're playing with. What have they told you, if you've ever asked them about what it's like to get drafted by the Bruins, be a prospect, go to development camp, all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, they take it with a lot of pride. It's such an honor to be able to get drafted by an organization like this. You just have to be so grateful. Training camp, it's just making sure you're ready for it, making sure you're showing your best on the ice, and you're trying to make the team. So.
James, congratulations. For starters, what goes into your thought process about whether or not to go back to school and or whether or not to take the step forward?
Yeah, it's a talk that sure I'll have with the staff when I see them. Uh, Good thing is it's right down the street from each other, so I'm glad it all worked out.
James, congratulations. For Bruins fans who haven't seen your game and what you bring on the ice, what is your skill set and what can Bruins fans look forward to from seeing you in a couple of years?
Yeah, just excitement. A, a player that is a really good hockey IQ, loves to skate with the puck. Is an exciting player to watch. Someone that'll put his heart and soul on the line, give it his all to the team.
James, a couple of questions. First of all, congrats. And obviously, when you were making the decision to go to Boston College, you had nothing in your head that this could happen. What was it about choosing Boston College and Boston? How much of what you knew about Boston factored into that decision back then?
Yeah, I mean, I loved the city. I just loved being in Boston. I grew up playing so many hockey tournaments in Boston, so I knew the area, knew it really well. I wanted to be on the East Coast, and I went to school at BC, and now I'm a Boston Bruin. So it's tough to, you know, picture that before the draft. I'm super grateful it worked out, and that I'm in this spot now.
And we're expecting to see you at development camp on Monday. What do you think? How do you think it's going to feel that first few shifts or that whole experience?
Yeah, it'll feel good. We've skated at Warrior a bunch of times this year for practices, so it's not like it's gonna be a new rink or anything. And I know a bunch of the prospects that will be there as well, so it'll be really nice.
Hey, James, congratulations. Were you surprised to not go in the top five, or how did you kind of handle that? Was there any disappointment involved?
I wanted to be at a spot that wanted me the most, and I wanted to be at a good spot. I'm so lucky that I ended up being a Boston Bruin. It's the best spot in the world. It's a dream come true for me, and I know for my whole entire family. So I'm just so excited right now. I'm really excited to be able to say that I'm a Boston Bruin, and I take a lot of pride in that.
James, with the way you fell a little bit in the draft, do you think your season at BC was underappreciated? And is there all a chip on your shoulder to prove people wrong?
Yeah, I think next year you'll be able to hopefully see. I thought this year was really good. You just got to go out there next year and prove everyone that passed on you wrong. But hey, I'm in a spot where I want to be. I want to be a Boston Bruin, and I'm really excited to get things going. So
James, congratulations. I know you said it's a conversation with management about when you make that jump, but having played with a couple of guys who did make the jump last year, how close do you think you are to being ready?
Yeah, I'm weighing around 190 now, so physically I've been able to put on weight, physically been able to get in the gym and get ready. I want to play in the NHL as soon as possible. Whether that's a conversation with the team, whether you're doing that now or once the college season's over, that's a conversation we'd have to have.
Two questions, James. First of all, kind of a fun one. Adam Sandler selecting you. When you saw that, were you just like, what is happening? Is this real?
Yeah, I saw him pop up, and I remember looking at my mom, and I just had the biggest smile on my face because I loved Happy Gilmore. It was my favorite movie, so it was right away the coolest thing. And then, as he starts talking, you hope to hear that he's gonna say Boston College, and he ended up saying Boston College, and I waited an extra second to hear my name and stood up. From there, it was just. It was nuts. I remember walking down the aisle, seeing him riding his golf club or whatever it was. Like it was a horse, so that was pretty funny.
My other question is about your time at BC. When you've been there, you obviously have had a few other guys on your team that have been drafted really high in the first round. Were there any of those guys that you learned from? And what did you take away from that, as well as have any of those guys texted you to tell you congrats?
Yeah, I haven't been really able to look at my phone right now, so but I talked to Gabe, I talked to Ryan, I talked to Fowler, I talked to all those guys that were high picks almost every day. So they were a big step of this year. Just being by my side through it all, being able to talk to those guys, being able to see how they act, how they go about their day, how they, act as pros. So
Congratulations, James. You've had some excellent teammates at BC and an excellent team. Probably haven't achieved all you thought you could. Do you feel like there's unfinished business there? And what have you learned so far that you hope to take into the coming season with the Eagles to try to get over the top?
win a national championship in a bean pot.
Anybody else? No? All right, James, thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Should be an end button. There we go.